Treasure Valley natives can tell you how much the area has changed in the last 50 years, and when it comes to the capital city's downtown,
you can't talk about the 1970s in downtown Boise or really anywhere without talking about urban renewal and the massive change that urban renewal brought to the city.
and it all started with the promise of retail.
Our city fathers began thinking about a downtown mall. We were going to build this massive downtown mall, and to get that downtown mall, we were going to demolish most of the historic core of the city.
Several blocks of historical buildings were knocked down and removed in the 70s, all in the name of this proposed million-square-foot two-story mall.
The Urban Renewal Agency was never able to really pull it off or attract the sort of developers or tenants to a mall that would make it viable.
And Boiseans started to notice, questioning the removal of landmark buildings and prioritizing a new approach to preserve the downtown core.
About that time, the focus shifted from a downtown mall to a suburban mall. And so the Boise Town Square was a product of 10, 15 years of failed downtown mall development.
Lots of cities went through this, and lots of cities look back and say, gosh, what were we doing?
John Brunel is the executive director of the Capital City Development Corporation, which some might see as an evolved version of the Urban Renewal Agency.
It's good that we look at it and we study it and don't repeat it.
CCDC is just one of the byproducts of the failed mall plan. It's an institution that receives lots of public input and is not run by federal money.
We became a locally funded agency using tax increment, and it was authorized by state government.
All of the major historic preservation entities started in the 1970s as a direct response to the demolition downtown.
Combination of individual citizens and corporate leaders who didn't like what they were seeing in downtown. So they got involved, and the result is what you see today, really, is, this new model of urban renewal and a nice blend of preserved older buildings and new building.
It was the late 80s and 90s where city leaders and local groups arguably made the biggest impact.
So a 30-year district was created in the core 10 blocks of downtown. We called it the Central District, and that's where we invested public funds, and we partnered with the private sector to really start creating what you see surrounding the Grove Plaza. That was the heart of it.
Some of the bigger buildings had been built by then. Some of the sort of feeling and character, the activity, the street life of downtown had returned.
Despite the promising outlook and construction of a few iconic buildings,
the Moore Financial Company created the Idaho First Building. It's now the U.S. Bank Building. The Oppenheimer Development Corporation created the Wells Fargo Building. Before that, One Capital Center.
Things kind of stalled out in the early 2000s.
Things weren't really robust. Things weren't really happening. Things were quiet.
That is until around 2011, when planning started for one of today's landmarks.
The Gardner Company and Zions Bank came together with the mayor's office, Mayor Beater at the time, and this agency to create what's now the Zions Bank Building, or the building at 8th and Main. And that confidence and that action really gave hope, and it relit the fuse for downtown.
That was 10 years ago. Since then, cranes have become a common sight in the City of Trees, stacking up new buildings as new businesses flock to the capital city. But you can't talk about flocking without mentioning the population growth, as the Boise metro area gained over 200,000 residents just since 2010, leading to city leaders now scrambling to catch up and even pass new zoning codes just a few months ago. Over the past 50 years, Boise has definitely grown in several different ways, but current city leaders are confident the growth will be handled the right way.
We have the agencies in place and the right people in the right leadership positions in place, and enough public outreach to listen. I think that's why Boise is what it is now. And if we continue on that path, I think we'll be in good shape for years to come.